Hello. Um, okay, this is a new feature. Sorry, bear with me. Give a few moments here. Hello. Okay, so now I am live on Facebook and Instagram. Welcome. We'll see if a few more people are going to be joining us today. It is Tuesday, April 28th, also what I like to call Tarot Tuesday. I felt called to do a tarot card reading for you today. So if you're watching this live, don't know what I'm talking about, or tuning in, watching this video later, we have the option to pick 3 cards. So before we get started, I'm going to do a virtual smudge here for myself and for you at home who is watching. Burning sage is good for cleansing the aura as well as the air. And I actually just like the smell of it as well. Go. So I'm just going to smudge me. Now I'm going to smudge you at home. You can virtually imagine the sage coming over you and cleansing you, cleansing your energy and your aura. And before we get started, let's just take a moment and ground and center ourselves. So just if you're sitting, just find a nice comfortable position where your back is straight. If you feel like it, you may close your eyes if you feel called to. And just take a couple of deep breaths, breathing all the way down into the belly, filling the belly and the lungs, and then exhaling out all the air. As you're inhaling, feel the air enter your body, filling it with vitality and life force energy. And as you exhale, let go of any tension you're holding in the body, any worries, any to-do list you have running in your mind. Let that go, breathe it out, and just really ground and center yourself into this present moment. If you haven't already picked a card, now that you've taken a few breaths, even if you have picked a card, maybe just take a moment, center yourself, drop your awareness into your heart. So you want to be imagining that you're breathing from your heart space, also known as your heart chakra, and then think, what card would benefit me? What answer? Think of a question that you may have. Maybe it's about love, life, career, friend, yourself. Maybe it's a general question. Maybe it's just, what message do you have for me? And just take a moment to breathe into yourself. And then you may see a number come to your mind. You may hear it. You may sense it. Maybe it's 1. Maybe it's 2. Maybe it's card 3. Maybe it's all of them. Maybe it's 2 of them. There's no right or wrong answer. So yeah, just feel into that for a moment. I'm going to continue to just ground the energy here. So as promised, I will reveal each card and pass on whatever message I receive from Spirit for that. And then at the end, I also feel called to just give a general message for everyone that I'm going to download from the universe. And what does that mean? I'm just going to open up my channels and see what message comes in. It might be relevant for only one of you. It might be relevant for none of you, some of you, all of you. I don't know who the message is for. It's completely on the spot. So it's no one's sent me a question beforehand or anything like this. It's just something I feel called to do. Hope everyone is staying safe and healthy at home, practicing, proper spacing techniques, or social distancing. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to be emotionally distancing. So if you are feeling overwhelmed at all, definitely reach out to the resources available, friends, family, in your community if they have numbers available. Even me, you may know me, you may not know me. If I can help in any way, even if it's just providing a listening ear, I'm happy to do so. All right, I think we've had a few people join in now, so let's go ahead and get started with the reading. So I'm going to pull card 1. Card 1 is the one that had the amethyst on it. If you saw the picture from earlier, I posted on my page earlier. Okay, so the card is Suffering in Silence. It's a picture of a girl seated atop kind of like a little mini mountain with some steps. She's looking off into the distance. There's some other mountains and a sun hiding behind one and some clouds. Also note the number 9 at the top of the card. So for those of you that picked number 1, let's see what message there is for you today. Yeah. So those that feel drawn to card number 1, as the card says, Suffering in Silence. Those that feel attracted to this card, I definitely feel like you're taking on too much. You're not really good with your boundaries right now, and you're saying yes to everything, which in turn is making you suffer. And you feel, I don't know, maybe it's too proud. Feel like you can't. Maybe you're a mother or a father, business owner, or you don't even have to have all that responsibility. Maybe you're just someone that is taking on everything because you're empath and you feel all the pain that's going on. So you're taking it all on, and your shoulders are like literally hanging over heavy because you've just overburdened yourself so much. And what the universe wants you to know is you don't have to suffer in silence. Just like I actually said before we started here, reach out for help. And that can be hard to do, like there's been moments where I've had really dark days and I feel like, oh, no one's reaching out to me. No one loves me. No one cares for me. None of my friends care for me. They're all busy. Everyone has their own lives. And that just becomes this little pity party for me. And while it's okay to honor those emotions that you're having, don't get so caught up into it where you're, maybe having someone reach out to you, but you're not seeing it. Or if someone asks you, hey, are you okay? You don't have to lie and say, oh yeah, I'm great. It's fabulous. But really deep down inside, you're not okay. So it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to have bad days. If you're in a situation where you can stay in bed all day and you don't have any responsibilities, if that's what you need, that's what you need. And if you can't do that, finding time throughout the day, whether it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes to give to yourself. And maybe that's just having a cup of coffee in silence, going for a walk, talking with a friend. You want to make sure that you're filling your cup up as well. And, I don't want to sound mean and say, oh, you're doing this to yourself. It's your own fault. There is no fault, but you can learn to say no. That's number 1 step with not overburdening yourself. Saying, no, you know what? I can't help you with this. No, I can't take that on. I can't do that. Or, you know what? I need a few minutes for myself. And that's totally okay. So just honor yourself with that. So I'm going to leave that with you. Thank you. Moving on to card 2, that was with the rose quartz in the middle card, if you saw the picture earlier. Okay, this card is Solitude. So Solitude, also number 9. Will be interesting to see if our third card draws a 9. If any of you are familiar with numerology, number 9 is spiritual card. So very much about spirituality. Okay, so we've got the Solitude card. It's a girl kneeling down, holding a book with this column behind her and mountains, and she's all alone. So hello, people calling in. Okay, so Solitude. Let me just tune in and see what I have here for you. So like I said, you may have been called to card number 1. Maybe you feel drawn to card number 2, or both. Maybe they're all connected. We'll find out. Okay. So what I'm hearing for this people drawn to card number 2 for solitude is there's the 2 aspects I'm feeling drawn here is, one, some of you are not spending enough time in solitude, and you should be, because you're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling a lot of things, and one way to recharge your batteries is more solitude. Spend more time reading, turn your TV off, things like this. And then on the flip side, be cautious with too much solitude. Sometimes when we cut ourselves off too much and then we re-enter the world, it can be a bit of a shock to the system. So making sure you're doing so gradually and slowly. When you learn to love your own company, and be in solitude, it can be a bit of a drug. You're very drawn into that aspect of being on your own. I was actually just talking to a friend earlier today, and she said she went out for a walk and noticed all the noise from the vehicles and how it just really shocked her system. So making sure you're taking that time to integrate slowly. If you have been spending a lot of time alone, you don't want to shock the system. You want to treat yourself gently. As we see things start to slow down a little bit, I think we're going to be, seeing more and more people leave the home as we're allowed to do so, and with that will become more and more noise. So making sure you're having a healthy balance of giving yourself enough solitude time, to recharge your batteries, and have that you time. For me, I'm meditating throughout the day, taking moments to stop and breathe. Pranayama practice, my personal cacao ceremonies, walks. Sometimes even, I share a little 1-bedroom apartment with my husband, and when you've only got the living room or the bedroom as an option, sometimes I'm barricading myself in the bedroom. Okay, you know what? No, this is my space right now because that's what I need, and that's totally okay to have that. Sorry, I want to go back to the first part of the solitude of needing to spend more time. I'm feeling there's another message that came in. Whoever's having a hard time with taking that time for solitude for yourself, it's not selfish. Universe wants you to know that you're not selfish for asking that for yourself. Whoever's making you feel this way, feel guilty, it's that's their issues that they're projecting onto you. It's totally okay to take that time for you. If you can, don't kick the person, but mentally kick the person aside and just, take the time for you. So now we're going to go to card number 3. That was the card with the clear quartz crystal on it. And this card, unfortunately, it's not a number 9, it's a number 8, but that's okay. This card is accelerated motion. So we've got the girl. Funny. Okay, so a lot of feminine energy today. All of our cards have girls in them. This girl's standing there in the darkness and then staring at the star, which is zooming across. Kind of looks at could be a shooting star. So there is that. So card number 3. Give me a moment to just tune into that. Okay. So as the card states, whoever's been drawn to this card, you've been putting a lot of work into yourself over the past weeks, putting things in place, setting things in motion, and now you're going to start to see things moving rather quickly for you. Whatever it is that you've set out for yourself, the task at hand, whether it's a project, course, perhaps a move, career change, things like this. I definitely feel like things are going to start moving for you. They've felt kind of stagnant for some time. You feel like you've been kind of stuck and not been able to go forward. You've been planting all these seeds and things just haven't been going for you. So definitely expect to see things moving ahead for you rather quickly. And a gentle reminder, just remember to stay grounded during this process. Very easily we can get so caught up with wanting to move forward into the future, we forget about being present in the moment and staying grounded. And that's what's going to help you actually move faster, by staying in the present moment and staying grounded and focusing on what you want to work towards rather than just constantly thinking about the future. So yeah, just keep that in the back of your mind. So yeah, I hope all these cards had some messages or meaning for you. Maybe you feel, like I said earlier, you felt called to one of them, two of them, none of them. If everything I said you totally don't resonate with, hey, that's cool too. You know, no offense to me. So yeah, so now I'm just gonna, I feel like there's a universal message that needs to be passed. So I'm just gonna open up my channels and see what Spirit wants to say coming out. You know, I think a lot of people are sharing similar ideas of, you know, what to do, what not to do. And it can get so easy to get caught up in panic and fear and the who, what, why, how of this is all happening to us right now, and what's going on with this whole COVID situation. You know, everything else in life is still going on. You know, there's still births, death of old age, car accidents, work to be had, you know. So while we've had this big thing come in and, you know, bring a huge awareness around it, you know, we have to remember that there's other things going on as well, and not to get caught up in it. You know, if you're super emotional and a sensitive person, maybe limiting the amount of time you're spending on social media and news watching and things like this. You know, take that time to go out and spend it in nature, go for walks, meditate, yoga. Obviously, these are all things I practice, so these are all things I think are of benefit, because for me, I find it helps raise my vibration and stay happy and healthy when I tune more inward than focusing on what's going on around me outward. And what are ways that you can do this? Well, like at the start of the video where I had us come in and center ourselves and ground in the heart, that's one way. You can practice that, you know, throughout the day if you need, just stopping, taking a moment to breathe deeply into the belly and then go about your day. Maybe you're having an argument with someone and things are getting really heated. Take a step back and take a breath, and, you know, and then continue. You know, yoga, the physical practice of yoga is not just about, you know, getting those amazing, perfect postures that you see on people posting of like crazy contortions and things like this. While it can be about that, I study the more traditional yoga, which is, you know, just how to be and live, and you know, being a good person, meditation, being mindful in all my practices. I find that really helps me. And, you know, if that's not resonating for you, that's okay too. It's, you know, finding what works for you, and having that be okay, not necessarily doing something because someone else tells you to do it or they say it's the best way to do it. You know, you have to try things for yourself and figure out for you what's going to work. We all have knowledge within ourselves. We're all, you know, super smart, and we have this innate knowing within us. It's just learning how to tap into that. And we all have that ability to do so. So just, you know, keep practicing, keep trying. If this is something that you want some assistance with, you know, I definitely have sessions that can help you. I do one-on-one sessions, whether it's, you know, pulling cards, doing mediumship. I can get messages from passed on loved ones, a bit of coaching or mentoring. I'm a trained psychosomatic therapy practitioner, which is body-mind connection. I've studied tantra, yoga, meditation, energy healing. You know, it can be a mix and mashup of all of these things. So if you're feeling a connection and you'd like to work with me, by all means, reach out. And that's something I, would be happy to help you with. If money is an issue, just PM me and we can work something out. I want to be able to help you. For me, it's not about, making tons of money. It's being able to reach a wider audience and get people the help that they need, even if it's just some advice, I'm happy to give some advice. Doesn't cost any money to do that. So I'm going to leave that with you for today. I hope there was some clarity around that. Monica, okay, I see your message, dear. I'll reach out to you after, and we'll figure that out. If there's anyone else that has any questions, you can feel free to leave those now. I'll wait a moment or two. No? Maybe? Alrighty then. Well, you can watch this video back at any time, share with your friends. Yeah, I'd love to do some more of these, whether it's readings, I don't know, share tips and tricks, I'm happy to do that. So message me, let me know what you want to, what you'd like to see, and I'm, see if I can make that happen for you. So thank you so much. Love and light. Namaste. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. Thank you. And I'm learning how to turn this off.